Here in the north, the Yaller horn is about to sound and send two teams to battle here at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Not a kicker or a punter here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reed to get this one going. And we're off from U.S. Bank Stadium. And look at this return. And this is some great effort. He's all the way across midfield and down close to the opposing 45.
I'll say it again, Kate. I love these new kickoff rules. This is exactly what we all wanted to see. All of us understood the safety concerns with the kickoff, but we did not want to see this explosive, game-changing play out of the game, and we did. And in fact, in this one, we got to see it right from the jump.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for White. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second down now, 7 to go. Here's White again. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. Again, this is White. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. His first throw is an interception. Marquise Bell making the play. And the Cowboys are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down of the game for James Cook. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
I got to really rack my brain, Kate, to remember a play, a run in this league that nice. It doesn't end up getting an offensive first down. He did all he could to will this drive forward.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Another one for Cook. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. That's good for a Cowboys first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. This time it's a passing play. Fits it through the middle. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Right up the gut. Cuts right. And he is into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys parlay the interception into points. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that... It was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group. All 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front. Receivers got to block on the perimeter. They all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
Now we'll see them try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. Returnable from the 2. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Throwing the out route complete. And the nice pickup ends beyond the 35 as he goes out. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense in the hurry up here. 2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play as well as a new set of downs. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. White trying this straight ahead. And he'll manage to get this one down to the 27. 6 yards the pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Cut by Diggs. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. He'll throw it. That's caught. Here's Zamir White. Gets in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. That's well done.
That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings tie this game 7-7. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. Fielded at the 7. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Trying it left side with Cook. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Here's 2nd and 11. Throw complete to Lamb. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line.
The nice thing about a drag route is it works versus zone. You can find that soft spot and get a completion, but they can be very effective when you got an excellent route runner running away on that drag route from man coverage.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. That's the end of one here on New Year's Eve. Both teams neck and neck so far. More from U.S. Bank Stadium after the break. Time for our second quarter now. Let's see if the Cowboys can capitalize here in the red zone. They'll run here on 1st down. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Nothing doing that time, and it leaves them on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Cook will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. You continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or are you now forced to put the ball in the air?
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Looking for a throw here. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Bynum.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. They get it right back. That's intercepted. And the Cowboys get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they throw an interception to give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire 1st half. They drop him behind the line.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Now a give to Cook, running left. He finds space into the red zone. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Here's the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, it came at the perfect time.
Offense to the line for second down. Give now to the running back. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. They'll get that yard back, but no more. It's 3rd and 10.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. They'll throw it. And he will score. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. Caught him across the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials. All right, so with the penalty, a chance to go for 2 from the 1, or they could elect to try a shorter kick. So with the lead at the moment, they'll just go ahead and take the try from the 10. That kick a whole lot easier after that penalty, right? And he sent it through. Reed now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Here's a throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them back. down coming up.
Kate, it's so common that we talk about quarterbacks flushing a negative play, but defenses have to do the same thing as well. When you give up a big play, you got to regroup, you got to calm yourself, and you got to know it's all about the next play. And delivering a sack like that certainly helps.
After the sack, another pass on second down. They left him wide open. It's complete. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there, where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. That was just gorgeous football right there. He saw the window, just had to wait for his guy to flow toward it. And that pass fit in beautifully for the touchdown.
Kate, this is one of those moments where a quarterback's got to take his pre-snap read and make sure he confirms it quickly post-snap. And when he does, and he's got space to fit that post in, like you said, it's a good view.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings tie things up at 14. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Blown back, it's the handoff. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have... We saw it twice, once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
1st and 10 from the 41. Now give left side. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. We're at the 2-minute warning of a high-scoring game so far. My goodness. The Cowboys trying to make some noise before halftime. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Running this one left. Into the second level past the 30. And finally, he's down at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
Big play sets him up pretty here with first and goal from the 5. Back to the well again. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Another chance at it on second and goal, still from the 5. Back-to-back carries here. And he's in for the touchdown. The Cowboys get some late points and the lead. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cowboys break that tie and now lead by 7. Reed now to kick this one away. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he gets him into a good spot. Just a yard or two shy of the 40-yard line. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10. First throw for the backup now. Taking the deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Back to throw. Oh, he put some heat on it. That's grabbed inside the 30. He does it. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings earn the chance to tie it before halftime. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. Return coming from the 6. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Cook. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. At the 20. And he's in for the big play touchdown. Oh, Brock, but there it is. Back down the field, we've got a flag, and I don't think this is going to count. Holding penalty is going to make 1st down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock's still running. Throwing on 2nd and real long here. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Back to throw it. Has it downfield, working the left. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. It's on the left hash, 46 yards out. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And they've taken back the lead.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Return starts from the goal line. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our 1st half. So we finished 2 quarters, a couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our 2nd half. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. All right, we'll take a brief timeout here for an injured player. Never something you want to see this late in the season. They're going to check him out. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Cook trying this one up the gut. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Hand off to the back. Blast through midfield. And they'll finally get him down at the 37-yard line. They got 24 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas. Markers reset, ball at the 37. This is Cook on the handoff. And he crosses out of bounds, so now we're going to learn who the penalty flag is on. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. They'll try and throw it here. Completed over the middle. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. An excellent gain. 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Jeremy Chin there on the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Here's the give. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. 4 yards on the pickup. And that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3. Looking to the air here. It's taken in by Lamb. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Working quickly here. Looking to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. The right call came in at the right time. Give him 9 yards and a successful conversion on 4th.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out, well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Here's a give on 1st and goal. And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. Call it a 7-yard pickup, and they're just a yard away now on 2nd and goal. Running for it again. And he makes it across. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do. Get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Reed now to kick this one away. He's going to field this at the 2. They get to him before that return can amount to much, just beyond the 15-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. On play action now, McCarthy buying some time left. He's keeping it. And he's out of bounds after pushing just past the 40. That one goes for 25 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run and you get a 1st down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. They kick the running back in motion. Throwing on 1st, it's McCarthy. Wow, wide open here, complete. It's a Minnesota touchdown! The Vikings start the 2nd half with some needed points. It's a Stephon Diggs touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win from the jump. You gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. You get pushed to the boundary. You put that room to throw it up, you can find paydirt.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now a give running right. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Trying the right side. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Back now, pressure on its way. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Vikings take over on his 5th interception of the season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
The Cowboys signaling for their first time out, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. It's White on the give. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. It was Osa Odigizua in on the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Running on second with White. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That one's complete, right side. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
1st and 10. It's a give to White. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. He brings it in. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Looking to throw, McCarthy. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
They'll set up here for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings jump in front now by 5. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. They'll run here on 1st down. And he's brought down for a loss. So as the clock winds down to a new year, we wind down to our final quarter. That's the end of 3. The Cowboys have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They're throwing it. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's brought down after a short gain.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
On first down, they'll run. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Now a give to Cook, running left. And tough sledding for him. Only room to get it to the 30. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. Pass play now. He has the first over the middle. It's inside the 10. And they can't jump to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. They'll try and punch it in. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
All I could tell him there was good luck. You get a safety all over a run like that, they could just smell it like a shark with blood in the water. And you feel fortunate if you're even able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Has it in close. And in for the Dallas touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
So a big play for the Cowboys here as they line up for 2.
The Cowboys will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it. And this is caught. So add a couple more to this lead they've got here in the 4. Well, that right there, a very important 2-point conversion, Brock. Their lead now up to 3. A field goal would only tie this one.
Yeah, the math was pretty easy on that one, right? You know what it does. It puts you up 3 and forces a field goal on the other side. But I'll tell you what else I like there, Kate. It's psychology. Puts a little seed of doubt on that other side. Maybe if you come into this moment later in the game, and certainly an injection of confidence for your offense that they can deliver in the clutch.
Reed now to kick this one away. From his own end zone, here we go. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion right. 1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. The give now to White. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. It's a 40-yard scamper, and they get some yards back. It's 2nd and 11.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
McCarthy looking to throw. Fits it through the middle. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. They get 22 on that one. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. Up the middle, here goes White. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game. Not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Vacates quickly left side. Caught by Diggs. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
A give right side to White. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. They'll run here following the penalty. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. 7 yards there, and that brings up 2nd down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's White again. And this one does not go far. Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7. It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Vikings down by only 3. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. They've got a man in motion. Looking to throw. Connects on the crosser. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I don't care how good a secondary you are, how loaded you are with talent, when you've got time to allow a receiver to work from one side of the field all the way to the other versus zone coverage, well, you're going to make a defense pay.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. White trying this straight ahead. And he's able to rip off a chunk of red zone yardage to the 10. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Vikings out of the hurry-up, need everyone back to the line. Now to throw. This one's caught. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when, just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. On the ground, it's White. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. And he's in, and that's a touchdown. And with almost no time left, he just likely won them this game. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minutes.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And they cashed in really well.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings take a 4-point lead. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. Power squib kick is taken in. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock. Nearly an interception on that play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. One final shot here. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. So it's a win for the Vikings. And there was no easy enough. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Vikings emerge as winners as we bid